Russia has adopted mandatory GMO labeling laws, which require food products containing genetically modified organisms to be clearly labeled. The country takes a strict approach to GMOs, citing concerns about potential risks to human health and the environment. Russian regulations stipulate that labeling must include a specific symbol indicating the presence of GMOs. While Russia has implemented these labeling requirements, there have been debates surrounding the effectiveness and efficiency of the enforcement process. The government continues to monitor compliance with labeling laws and ref. in the regulations to enhance transparency and protect consumer rights. 13. New Zealand, 200 words. New Zealand currently does not have mandatory GMO labeling laws. Food products in the country are regulated under the Food Standards Australia-New Zealand (SANS) code, which does not require specify CE labeling for GMOs. However, New Zealand allows voluntary labeling of GMOs if manufacturers wish to provide information to consumers. The issue of GMO labeling has been a topic of discussion in New Zealand, with advocacy groups and some consumers calling for mandatory labeling to ensure transparency and choice. The government continues to monitor international developments and assess the need for stricter labeling regulations. 14. South Korea, 350 words. South Korea has mandatory GMO labeling regulations in place to inform consumers about the presence of genetically modified ingredients. The country requires labeling for food products containing more than 3% genetically modified crops or specific genetically modified traits. South Korea's labeling system is designed to enable consumers to make informed choices. The government has implemented stringent monitoring and enforcement measures to ensure compliance. Additionally, South Korea has established a system for verifying the accuracy of labeling information through third-party testing. The same measures aim to enhance transparency and build consumer trust in the food supply chain. 15. Nigeria, 300 words. Nigeria does not currently have mandatory GMO labeling laws. While the country has not implemented specific labeling regulations, it follows a risk-based approach to genetically modified organisms. Nigeria's National Biosafety Management Agency is responsible for regulating and overseeing the use of GMOs in the country. The agency ensures that approved GMOs undergo rigorous risk assessment and evaluation before being released into the market. The government continues to assess the need for labeling regulations while focusing on the safety and regulation of GMOs. 16. Kenya, 250 words. Kenya has not yet implemented mandatory GMO labeling laws, although discussions on the topic have gained traction in recent years. The country faces a complex challenge of balancing the need for innovative agricultural practices with consumer rights and concerns about genetically modified organisms. Kenya's Biosafety Authority is responsible for regulating GMOs and ensuring their safety. While mandatory labeling has not been instituted, the government encourages voluntary labeling to provide consumers with information and choice. The government continues to engage in ongoing discussions and monitoring of international best practices regarding GMO labeling. 17. France, 300 words. France has taken a proactive stance on GMO labeling, implementing mandatory labeling laws to inform consumers about the presence of genetically modified organisms in food products. The country requires labels on products that contain more than 0.9% genetically modified ingredients. Additionally, France has instituted a strict approval process for genetically modified crops, emphasizing safety as assessments and environmental impact evaluations. The government believes that GMO labeling is essential to provide consumers with the right to know about the products they consume. France's approach links with the European Union's regulations, which also prioritize the transparency and informed choices of consumers. The government closely monitors compliance with labeling regulations and enforce